comes, and a few of them will go.
Yeah.
But about half. And then Planet Fitness is new, so a lot of the younger people are going down there with the new equipment and stuff like that. And for them, we just they give us a receipt.
So what's new, anything?
And then we go on their word as to whether or not.
Well, a lot of stuff new coming up.
The decorations look really good for church. In fact, I was
Health
walking
is
in
big.
on Sunday morning and somebody goes, golly, it looks like somebody did some decorating. I'm like, oh, yes, they were out here one
Yeah,
morning.
we did the crib and,
Oh, and then you clean
Oh, wow.
up the flower beds too. You know, I walk Buddy in the
Yeah.
evening. Buddy gets 2 walks. Now, one from me and one from
froze
Gary.
and killed the plants.
I know.
You know, the fall, we got a couple frogs.
I don't know where Bill is at, everybody, but we're gonna get started.
Sounds good.
I'm like, get them out of here. you
Ready,
know?
Gina?
He goes, well, they're still living.
Go ahead.
Craig Miller,
Here.
Ed Fisher, Jordan Dalaveras, Ray Frankenberg,
Here.
Bob Ingeman, Bill Stratman, Mayor Hagedorn,
Here.
Joe Hopmeyer,
Here.
Sandy Lucy, Elby Camp, Tim Brinker, Mike Coulter, Jeff Niemeyer, Charles Stankovic, Darren Lamb.
Goodness.
I pledge
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody. I don't know where Bill's at, but if he rolls in, we'll turn it over to him. But for now, let's start the approval of the minutes, please. Do we have enough here to do business?
No.
To approve stuff?
No quorums.
Probably not. Okay. Well, let's talk about the other stuff then. Craig, you're first. Amtrak, please.
Well, I was supposed to come with a full slate of information, but they pushed my meeting back from, it was right after our last transportation meeting, but now it's December 4th. So I'll know more when I go to our December 4th MORPAC meeting. So no report for today.
Okay. No hints of a third train coming through?
They're still working on that process. That's part of the study they're going on. And like I say, I'll get some more information about where they're at in that process sometime soon.
Cool.
Thanks for attending that and the effort it takes. I think it's real valuable.
Yeah, it is. Goodness. Missouri River Bridge access flood mitigation. ILB.
Morning.
Anybody want to talk about flood mitigation about over the bridge? Darren, you want to talk about that? I can talk.
There's nothing new to report. We're still
Right.
waiting for that study to come out, so there's nothing.
Right.
I don't have anything to add that we haven't already
Me either.
discussed.
Highway 47, the 47 Corridor Committee.
Nothing new to report on that as well.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Franklin County Transportation Committee.
Again, nothing new to report on that.
Okay, thank you. 50/50 MoDOT grants.
We did get word shortly after our last meeting, the highway widening out there at Oldenburg Industrial Park is out for bid currently at this time, so we did get approval from them to go out for bid. Charles is not here, and I don't know exactly when those bids are due. I want to say they're sometime in December. So we'll find out. Hopefully then after the first of the year, we'll be able to go ahead and award a contract.
Cool. Thanks, Jared. MoDOT Northeast District, Warren County. Teresa, please.
So our big news from Warren County is that at the November Highway Transportation Commission meeting, they did award the I-70 contract from expanding from Wentzville to Warrenton. That went to Emery Sapp & Sons. There's a collaboration among several entities there, but Emery Sapp & Sons was the main the main person there, the main entity there. Magruder, who is doing the Columbia to Kingdom City, they were the other bidder. MoDOT is currently in negotiations with Sapp & Sons and Magruder finishing out their portions for submitting the proposals. They expect public meetings in the spring, but this project will include part of in St. Charles County, the widening on I-64 from Highway K to Wentzville. That is included in this project. as well as, realignment there on 70 at Wentzville, 70 and 61, 64, where all of that will be realigned. A new bridge in Forestell, that will be a new interchange there, a new interchange in Wright City, and then as well as a new interchange in Warrenton, which was not one of the things that was required, but there will be a new interchange in Warrenton. We haven't seen the renderings of that Warrenton interchange because that was not one of the things that was actually required. So we're looking forward to seeing exactly what that's going to look like, but MoDOT says more than likely it's going to involve moving that north service road and having a roundabout there like where Warrenton is in that area, and putting the exit, actually moving the traffic onto I-70 further west at Warrenton. So this will go from the third lane from Wentzville all the way to that westernmost Warrenton exit. We weren't exactly sure where that was going to stop as well. And it's going to be, they're going to put new concrete on all 3 lanes all the way across. So it's a big project. It's the biggest one in MoDOT's history. And, at the RPC, we are super excited that this is happening in our area.
Are they moving that railroad bridge there in,
Yes, the railroad bridge at Wentzville, that's all going to be redone as well. MoDOT spent 5 years getting an agreement with the railroad for that. So pretty much what MoDOT's plan was, I think, is what's going to happen, because the contractors, so they won't have to renegotiate all of that. The website is, on MoDOT's, if you just put in improveI70.org, you'll come up with the website. They've got this really cool video of what this section will be. That's where they keep updates. They put out a monthly report update, which keeps you up to date as well. So we're super excited to be working with MoDOT on this, and it's going to be great for the whole region, the whole area.
So when is construction scheduled for then, like in the calendar?
It'll start like late spring, early summer is what I've heard, but there'll be public meetings in the spring, so I'll make sure that when they do announce those public meetings, that we'll pass that on to you all, so you have an opportunity to attend those as well.
Okay.
Great news.
That's
It's
good.
exciting. We're super excited.
I bet.
good deal.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. Washington Special Road District. No news, okay. And the old Highway 100 bridge, I haven't heard anything, Darren, have you?
It's not,
Charles?
there's no new information.
Yeah. Okay. Airport.
We did have a couple items. We did have some problem with some material on the hangars that were built in 2012. They had a leak in the roof that we started to notice this summer. They've done some inspection, Tom Morris with CMT, as well as the provider, I think, and also the installer that did it at that time from 2012, looked at it this summer. And the city's in negotiations with them about trying to go ahead, because that material is under warranty for 25 years, and we're about 12 years into that. So anyway, we're going to be working through that, but more than likely you're going to see a new roof then, I guess, with new material from those hangars that were built in 2012 to be built. We finished up with the emergency repairs that we had on the taxiway. That was taken care of, as well as, and we're also under the environmental phase for the extension of the runway. We hope to have that be under design possibly in spring or late spring of 25 for that phase, and that would be a 400-foot extension of the runway. This is, again, dealing with the federal funding that we received through that omnibus bill that we've talked about in the past. That's about it.
Thank you. Team Track, I don't think there's any news there.
Nothing new on that.
Yeah. East-West Parkway.
We have been in discussions with with a developer, actually the owner of some property that's out there off of South Point Road. We're looking to acquire some right-of-way. The city has acquired right-of-way for about half of the portion from Beaker Road to South Point Road. If you're out there if you know where I'm talking about. The connection would be somewhere over there on South Point Road, close to North Goods Mill Road. And that intersection, may have to rework that intersection at some point down the road. But in short, there was a developer out there who was looking to do a smaller, minor subdivision, about 4 or 5 lots, and we're in discussions with them about getting that portion of right-of-way that we need over their property to continue the roadway. And then there would be one last property owner that the city could work with in the future to go ahead and make that connection. But looks like that probably could be the first phase of that would be connected all the way from Beaker to South Point Road. The city does not have any funds allocated towards the construction of that portion yet, but that's further down the road when we receive more funding with the transportation sales tax. So, but just want to let you know that we are moving forward with that portion. We've had one meeting with that owner, and we're probably going to have a second meeting, follow-up meeting with them to go ahead. And it's just a small piece, but it's appropriate to bring it up now because they're looking at doing the subdivision that they wanted to do anyway. So, just letting you know.
Thanks, Darren. Public transportation, Taylor Miller. Hi.
Good morning, guys. So, as you guys know, I'm with Easy Mode Transportation. And first, I want to take a moment to just sincerely thank you for the opportunity to join you all at the East-West Gateway Luncheon on the 15th of this month. It was a pleasure to get to connect and learn more about the shared efforts that's happening in our region, and just recognize those who are continuing to make a difference in the transportation world. So thank you for letting me join you with all of that. I'm excited to share that in October of 2024, EasyMo provided 1,730 rides for a single 31-day period. That impressive number covers 69,730 miles across both counties. This work is made possible through the dedication of our 42 volunteer drivers who make a critical difference in our community. However, that being said, I want to say of those 42 volunteers that we currently have, I still only have 8 Franklin County volunteers. And those 8 Franklin County volunteers are only available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So that's leaving 3 days of the week fully uncovered by Franklin County volunteers. So as I stand before you today, I not only ask that you continue to share the program with clients who are in need of rides, but also continue to share with the residents of the community that we are in desperate need of volunteers so we can continue to amp up the progress here in Franklin County. And that's really the only update I have for you guys. Do you guys have questions for me?
Where do the other volunteers come from?
Jefferson County.
Jefferson.
And then we have two volunteers from Cuba. I am unaware of what county that falls in, but I know it's outside of Franklin County. But it's just outside of the Franklin County line. But those 2 volunteers are from Cuba. So Franklin and then Cuba, Missouri. So Jefferson, Franklin, and 2 from Cuba.
So do most of those drivers volunteer 5 days a week or 3 days a week, or
So-
what's the schedule? Do you have, what's the commitment?
Yeah, so all volunteers set their own schedule. They are not required to pick up rides at any point that they cannot. So we have some drivers that do this as like a full-time job kind of thing. I mean, these drivers are working 6, sometimes 7 days a week. They're taking rides all hours of the day, okay? Then we have some of our lower commitment folks that I have one individual, and he happens to be one of our Franklin County folks. He has a full-time job. He is very active in his church community, and he does this on his 1 day a week off while his grandchildren are in school. So especially in the summertime or over specific holiday breaks, we do lose that particular gentleman. Obviously, we want him to spend his first priority with his grandkids, so obviously no commitment from us. But it's really as much or as little as folks deem they have availability to take. So I will always tell people when we talk about ride commitment, when people are calling and asking for these rides, we tell them, like, hey, we cannot be your sole transportation provider in the sense that we cannot guarantee every ride every time. We will do our absolute best. I mean, hey, I've been out there taking rides because we need coverage so badly. And if there's a way I can get somebody to food pantries, the grocery store, medical appointments, I mean, we've seen an uptick in probation and parole. I mean, going to probation and parole visits. I mean, anything we can do to ensure that people are getting where they need to go and drop as few rides as possible is our goal. So, I mean, it's really up to the commitment of the volunteer.
Is the usage of the service equal in both counties, or is there?
There is a far higher usage in Jefferson County, but I will say that is not because of the lack of requests. It's because of the number of drivers that I have from one county to the
So
other.
you're getting a lot of requests from Franklin County for transportation?
Yes. And we obviously aren't having a meeting in December, but in January, I would be happy to come back with so in EasyMo's platform, like scheduling platform, we have what we called abandoned trips. And those are trips that we have abandoned, not because the client has canceled the trip, but because EasyMo was unsuccessful in finding a volunteer to take that individual. So I can, if you would like, bring you a report that tells you of Franklin County trips, how many of those trips were abandoned to say they made the request, but because we didn't have a volunteer to fill it. Because I do have Jefferson County folks that drive over into this county to take people around, but that's still not meeting the demand by any means. But I will say the requests are there from individuals in the county. We just need to start getting an uptake in volunteers to be able to meet that demand.
Yeah, I think adding that to your report would be nice. That way we can kind of tell the county, that we do have the demand here, we just can't meet it.
I would love to provide that from you. Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Other business?
I just wanted to give an update on the High Street and Highway 100 intersection improvements. So we are under contract with Gerstner to do improvements there to add a 4-signal head, to add dedicated timing for the left turns off of High Street onto Highway 100. The signals should be here late December, so right after Christmas they'll get the equipment. So early January, Gerstner said they'll get in there. It should take them about a week or two to get that project done. So that'll be a big improvement, and then we do plan to apply for CMAQ grants to do the rest of the improvements for that intersection. So we'll apply in February, hopefully get the grant, and then in a couple years be able to implement further improvements for that intersection. So
I've got one more question for you while you're up there.
Yeah.
A few months back, we had mentioned that there were going to be right turns added to some of the intersections on Highway 100. I think it might have been 5th Street and Rabbit Trail Drive.
Rabbit Trail, we have a CMAQ grant that's under design right now to add a right turn off of International onto 100.
Okay.
So that's that one. And then we did get the CMAQ grant for 5th Street. So 5th Street onto Highway 100, we're going to add a dedicated right turn and add a second dedicated left turn.
Okay, awesome. And about when might those be constructed? In 25?
26, 26, and then 27 for 5th Street.
Awesome. Thanks.
So, yep.
When's the bids
When you
due?
say a right turn off of International, both ways,
Just the international side, just the north of 100 there.
northbound International.
Yeah, so international southbound going
Southbound.
westbound.
On the other side of the road, it's Rabbit Trail Drive.
Yeah, we were gonna that project included trying to reroute Phoenix Center Drive. We actually pulled that out of the scope of the project because we couldn't negotiate with the property owners there. So we're just doing the right turn off of International for now.
So we'll be heading south.
Southbound to westbound.
When you're southbound and International to go west of 100,
Okay,
we get a dedicated right.
gotcha.
About the, when's the bids due on that out on Highway 100 by P and Z?
Next Monday, the 3rd or 2nd. So,
Thank you.
yep.
Sooner than I thought, I apologize.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Charles. Any other business? Okay, well, I guess that's it. We don't need a motion to adjourn since we can't do it officially.
We can't open it, we can't close it, huh?
Yeah, we weren't open. So, thanks, everybody.
Appreciate everybody coming, though.
Drive safely, please.
Thank you.
This gives me more to do.
Bill was wanting to cancel this one the last time around. I wonder if he took it off his calendar.
I've got one, I just
Not, didn't put it back on.
This is happening. This is happening more.
Paper's everywhere. But I still like paper as opposed to looking at it on a screen. Oh, gosh.
Good day, guys. Take it easy.
I'm old fashioned. I just love to have it print out and look at it. I can do
Gary
it so
still
much
feeling
better.
really good?
Yeah, I mean, really, really good.